Have you ever stepped into a place so quiet it feels like time itself has stopped? Where every street, every building holds the echoes of lives, dreams, and secrets long forgotten? Nevada's abandoned ghost towns aren't just empty structures, they are haunting remnants of hope, ambition, and despair. Some say their spirits still linger. A broken shoe lay half buried in the dust, and the wind whispered through cracked windows as I walked these deserted streets. Shadows stretched unnaturally across the boardwalks, and every corner seemed to hide a story no one wanted told. Walking through these forgotten towns, I felt history pressing down, as though the past itself was watching. Today, we're exploring 5 of Nevada's most haunted and abandoned corners and revealing chilling secrets that few have ever witnessed firsthand. If you enjoy this journey, hit the like button and subscribe to Traveling Guide Hub so you never miss another adventure into the unknown. 1. Rhyolite, Nevada. Stepping onto Rhyolite's dusty streets, an unnatural hush settled over me immediately. A single broken sign creaked in the wind, and sunlight glinted off shattered glass littering the boardwalks. Skeletal buildings leaned at odd angles like silent sentinels guarding the town's forgotten stories. Founded in 1904 during Nevada's gold rush, Rhyolite thrived with banks, hotels, a stock exchange, and even a hospital. Thousands chased the glittering promise of gold, but by 1911, the veins began to run dry. Financial panic swept through the town, and by the 1920s, it was nearly deserted. Walking past the old bank, a sudden chill crawled up my neck. Some say faint piano music drifts from a boarded-up saloon, carried on the desert wind. Footsteps echo along the main street, even when no one is there. My own steps seemed unnaturally loud, as if Rhyolite itself was reacting to my presence. Every shadow appeared alive, whispering stories of miners, children, and families who once dreamed here. By sunset, mountains cast long, melancholy silhouettes across the crumbling town. Those who linger too long sometimes report fleeting figures in the distance or hearing voices calling their names. I couldn't help but wonder, how many hopes and fears still cling to these empty streets? 2. Goldfield, Nevada. Goldfield immediately felt like it was holding its breath. A rusted chair balanced on cracked pavement, while broken signs reflected the harsh afternoon sun. The air was dry and sharp, prickling my skin like a warning. Somewhere amid collapsed buildings, a metallic clang echoed, but nothing moved. Founded in 1902, Goldfield once boasted over 20,000 residents. Hotels, saloons, and a busy main street made it one of Nevada's richest towns. Fortune didn't last. Fires, mine collapses, and financial troubles slowly stripped it bare. By the 1920s, most structures were abandoned, leaving an eerie skeleton of a once thriving town. Passing the Goldfield Hotel, the temperature suddenly dropped. Shadows darted across empty streets, and my footsteps bounced off walls unnaturally, as if the town amplified every sound. Some visitors claim that at night, ghostly figures of miners roam the streets, still tending to their work or arguing in the saloons. As the sun dipped behind the mountains, burnt orange light painted Goldfield's ruins. I felt the weight of lost ambition, hope, and fear pressing down. And yet, despite the silence, I couldn't shake the feeling that the town wasn't done revealing its secrets. How many remain hidden in these deserted streets? 3. Belmont, Nevada. Belmont's deserted streets greeted me with oppressive stillness. A wagon wheel rocked slightly in the wind. Shards of glass glimmered in the sun, and a faint metallic scent hung in the air. My heartbeat quickened as I moved past empty storefronts, each one a silent witness to lives vanished long ago. Founded in 1865 during Nevada's silver boom, Belmont quickly became a major mining hub. Hundreds of miners and their families lived here, with saloons, stores, and a courthouse that still stands today. But silver veins ran dry faster than anyone anticipated. By the early 1900s, residents left almost overnight. The desert slowly reclaimed the streets, and leaning walls now carry the weight of memory. Near the old saloon, the air turned icy, pressing against my shoulders. Wind rustled broken windows like faint whispers from another era. Shadows moved unnaturally, and the creaking of a roof beam sounded like a warning. Sometimes it felt as if the town was silently watching me. By sunset, Belmont was draped in long, somber shadows. Some say the town isn't done telling its stories. Standing there, I wondered, how many lives passed through these streets, leaving unseen traces? And what secrets would the buildings choose to reveal if they could speak? 4. Berlin, Nevada. Berlin hit differently. A rusted mining cart wobbled in the wind, and every broken window glinted sharply under the pale sun. The faint tang of metal lingered, and the silence pressed down, thick and unnatural. Founded in 1897 around the Berlin mine, the town flourished with hundreds of workers in wooden homes. Productivity declined sharply by the early 20th century, and families left almost overnight. Today, skeletal buildings and empty streets feel frozen in time, carrying the weight of a vanished community. Walking past the old mill, wind carried whispers that sounded like hurried footsteps. Some visitors claim they've heard mining tools clinking or doors creaking decades untouched. Near the saloon, the air can turn icy, pressing on your shoulders. Shadows shift unnaturally, and sometimes it feels as though Berlin itself decides which secrets you're allowed to see. By sunset, the town was bathed in long, haunting silhouettes. Its emptiness isn't just physical, it hangs in the air, thick with ambition, loss, and stories that refuse to die. Which secrets remain hidden, waiting for the bold or the foolish to discover them? 5. Metropolis, Nevada. Metropolis greeted me with a silence so thick it felt alive. Shadows flickered across cracked streets, a forgotten crate wobbled in the wind, and the faint metallic tang of desert dust lingered. Broken glass glinted sharply in sunlight. My heartbeat quickened as I moved between empty storefronts, sensing lives that once filled this place. Founded in 1919 as part of a federal agricultural project, families arrived with hope: children, livestock, small businesses. But the soil proved unforgiving, irrigation failed, and economic struggles forced residents to leave. By the mid-1920s, Metropolis was almost deserted. Its skeletal buildings echoed dreams that never fully grew. Near the old general store, wind carried faint laughter and footsteps that may never have been mine. Some claimed doors slam or horses' hooves clip-clop in the distance. The air sometimes turns icy, pressing down like invisible hands. My footsteps echoed unnaturally. Sometimes it felt as though Metropolis itself watched silently, choosing which stories I could witness. By sunset, long shadows stretched across dusty streets. The emptiness here isn't just in the buildings, it hangs heavy with hope, struggle, and ambitions left unfinished. I couldn't help but wonder, how many dreams were buried, and what truths would the town finally dare to reveal if it could speak? Nevada's ghost towns hold more than empty streets and crumbling buildings. They carry the weight of dreams, struggles, and stories long forgotten. Walking through them, you can feel history pressing down, whispering secrets that may never be fully revealed. Which town would you dare to explore alone? Could you handle stepping into their shadows? Subscribe and join us as we uncover even stranger abandoned places next, some that still guard their darkest secrets.